Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sophie Cunningham. Make some noise for Sophie Cunningham, someone who came over to Indiana and knew exactly how to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect. When we talk about all the DeWanna Bonners, when we talk about the Natasha Howards, the Alyssa Smiths, when we talk about all the toxic situations that revolve around Indiana that at least the media put out, let's pay attention to people who know how to come in and capitalize. People who come in and...
In the entire history of professional sports, there are moments that completely shift the balance of power. We are talking about massive, undeniable financial earthquakes that leave established corporate executives sweating in their tailored suits. But what just happened in the WNBA isn't just an earthquake. It is a complete nuclear financial meltdown for the haters and a historic, unbelievable triumph for the fans. You see, the veteran players and the league executives thought they could control the narrative. They thought they could bully the rookies, put out lazy all-star performances, and still collect their massive endorsement checks. They were completely, devastatingly wrong. In the span of just 60 minutes, one single hour, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham completely shattered the glass ceiling, the floor, and the entire building. They dropped a completely unexpected, highly exclusive signature shoe collaboration, and before the WNBA front office could even finish their morning coffee, the entire inventory was wiped completely clean, sold out, gone. And the final revenue number? A staggering, mind-blowing $5.9 million in 1 hour. This wasn't just a merchandise drop. It was a massive, weaponized statement from millions of fans who are absolutely sick and tired of the jealousy in the league. While the haters sat back and watched their own merchandise sit in warehouses, collecting dust with absolutely zero sales, Clark and Cunningham just proved who really owns this league. Grab a seat, hit that subscribe button, and brace yourself. Because the financial destruction of the WNBA's old guard has officially begun, and we have all the leaked details.
8 sold out. Already ran out of my size. My size is sold out. Already sold out. They sold out already. This is sold out. Sold better than she is the second biggest star in this league. It's CC 1, fall off, Sophie Cunningham 2, fall off, whoever else you want to put in 3. There's no point to even argue who's third at this point, because it's clearly Sophie Cunningham. Now we even put out, Sophie Cunningham even put out a teaser drop early this morning, 8:58, about her colorway coming out.
To truly understand the absolute magnitude of this $5.9 million hour, you have to look at the devastating reality facing the rest of the league. For months, veteran players have been going on podcasts, sitting in front of microphones, and sneak dissing Caitlin Clark. They claimed her popularity was a fluke. They claimed the fans would eventually move on. And most importantly, they claimed that they were the true draws of the WNBA. Well, the retail market just exposed them in the most humiliating way imaginable. While Clark and Cunningham were busy making absolute history, let's take a look at the shoe sales for the players who spent all of All-Star Weekend missing easy layups and giving trash effort. The numbers are catastrophically bad. We are talking about zero movement, flatline sales, crickets. Sneaker brands are literally panicking because they invested millions into veteran players whose shoes are now sitting on clearance racks for 50% off, and nobody is buying them. The fans spoke with their wallets, and their message was absolutely lethal. The fans realized that players like Angel Reese and the established veterans were essentially scamming them with poor on-court effort, and they completely boycotted their merchandise.
In size 11.5 and women's 12.5. That's it. That is it. I said what I said. Wow. She's gonna be getting her signature shoe. The execs at Adidas are laughing like Tony Montana and Sosa. Yeah, they're counting their money up right now. They had the foresight last year to say, whoa. This person's captivating the national audience. Whoa. This person's gaining crazy steam and her momentum is building. Whoa, there's something that we could do here. Arby's hopped right in on it. She's had a boatload of commercials here and there. You see her on the Amazon Prime commercials. You see her all over. You had the Arby's going crazy. You get the point. The UFC, Adidas really, they're about to buy low, sell high on Sophie. Yeah, they're about to cash in on Sophie Cunningham stock.
It was a total, undisputed financial blackout for the haters. The WNBA's old guard just learned the hardest lesson in professional sports. You cannot force the public to love you, and you absolutely cannot bite the hand that feeds you. The fans hold all the power, and they just decided to financially bankrupt the haters' retail value in exactly 60 minutes. Now, let's talk about the absolute, sheer force of nature that is the Caitlin Clark effect. We already knew she was breaking television ratings. We already knew she was selling out every single arena she stepped into. But moving $5.9 million of physical merchandise in a single hour elevates her from a basketball superstar to a global financial empire. She isn't just a player anymore. She is a one-woman economic stimulus package, and she is well on her way to becoming a billionaire.
Don't worry about it. But anyways, let's move on for a second, all right? Let's look at what the comments had to say, because, we can't just listen to what Twitter posts us say. Let's listen to the fans. Let's get it straight from the fans' mouth themselves. So as you can see, Sophie Cunningham's crazy energy PE shoe is sold out already. Adidas, y'all need to make some more. Yeah, you gonna have some trolls in the comment as well, Look, we got the point being solidified. The Mona Lisa or the Sofa Lisa, man. We gonna have to, hey, Mona, you know what I'm saying? Huge respect to Mona Lisa, but we might have to put Sophie's right next to yours, Oh, man, this is crazy. This is a great day in the CCFC. Then the point, like, Sophie Cunningham just knows exactly what she's doing. She knows how to capitalize on it. And this front office, who's operating on prehistoric time, they're operating as if this is the 1950s, 60s, 70s. They don't have a single clue on what 2026 marketing looks like. They think it's still controlled from up top. No, the fans have the power. And they've always had the power, but fans are way more awake now to know, like, okay, we're going to invest in what we want to invest, not what you show us, But anyways, as you can see, you got comments saying, dang, my size 8 sold out, my size sold out, lucid pink going fast. All this is happening, right? And I want to show you guys something real quick, because Sophie Cunningham is not only impacting her pockets, she's impacting the pockets of her peers. Sound familiar? Caitlin Clark. Let's get straight into it. As I said, Sophie Cunningham, her shoe sold out. Look at this, right? So as you can see, over 184 people have bought this product in the last 24 hours. Like, I'm genuinely so...
When the countdown clock hit 0 on the website, the servers instantly crashed. Millions of fans, from Indiana to international territories, were frantically refreshing their browsers, desperately trying to lock in their orders. The back-end analytics showed a volume of traffic that sneaker executives usually only see from massive global drops, like Travis Scott or Michael Jordan. But what makes this so incredibly satisfying is that Clark didn't even have to say a word to her haters. She didn't need to post a passive-aggressive tweet or complain to the media. She just let the scoreboard talk. And this time, the scoreboard was a $5.9 million bank deposit. Every single time a veteran player rolls their eyes at her or commits a dirty foul on the court, Caitlin Clark's retail value goes up. She has weaponized the hate, turning every single ounce of jealousy from the rest of the league into pure, unadulterated cash. She is completely untouchable, and the WNBA front office is terrified because they realize they need her infinitely more than she needs them.
Adidas crazy energy basketball shoes have sold out in most sizes on release. But in less than 24 hours, the shoes have sold out in most sizes at Adidas. Below is everything fans and shoppers must know about the hoop shoes. The Adidas Crazy Energy basketball shoes were released for $110. Great price too. Great price. Very good price. For $110 in adult sizes in the early hours of Friday, July 24th. The sneakers have already sold out in most men's and women's sizes of the Adidas website. As of this morning, they're still available in men's sizes 10.5 through 13 and women's 11.5 through 14. This article was published hours ago. There's now only those two sizes left, 11.5, 12.5. While most fans rush to the Adidas website, they may have overlooked the shoes being available at popular retailers. There are more sizes in stock at Dick's Sporting Goods and Hibbett's. However, there is no guarantee how...
But perhaps the most incredible, jaw-dropping twist of this entire saga is the absolute explosion of Sophie Cunningham. Remember when Caitlin Clark demanded that Cunningham be brought into the All-Star game because she was the only one who actually played with heart? The fans remembered. The fans saw exactly who stood by Clark, who provided that gritty enforcer energy, and who actually respected the game of basketball. Because of that loyalty and that relentless on-court hustle, the fans decided to bless Sophie Cunningham with the ultimate financial flex. When her custom colorway dropped right next to Clark's, the haters laughed. They assumed Cunningham didn't have the star power to move numbers. But the fans mobilized like a completely unstoppable army. Cunningham's entire inventory was wiped out just as fast as Clark's.
They're still available in men's sizes 10.5 through 13 and women's 11.5 through 14. This article was published hours ago. There's now only those two sizes left, 11.5, 12.5. While most fans rush to the Adidas website, they may have overlooked the shoes being available. This model that is designed to bring fresh energy to the basketball court, the Adidas Light Strike cushioning is made for speed, offering a responsive ride. The silhouette's synthetic upper offers durability and flexibility, while the textile lining provides comfort. Lastly, the rubber outsole grips feature a modified herringbone traction pattern for reliable grip on the hardwood. Cunningham began a professional career with Nike before switching to Adidas in 2022. So she switched to Adidas nearly 4 years ago. They really bought low, and they are cashing in on that stock. Wow, she has quickly ascended in the company, going from wearing $45 shoes during games to appearing in the marketing campaign for Adidas Dame 10 last summer. Company always toes the company line even.
Sophie Cunningham, a player who has constantly been overlooked by the league's corporate media, just secured a massive, life-changing bag entirely because she allied herself with the truth. The fans rewarded her hustle, completely destroying the WNBA's chosen hierarchy. The league wants to promote players who jog back on defense. Fine. The fans just made Sophie Cunningham richer in 1 hour than most WNBA players will be in their entire careers. The duo of Clark and Cunningham has officially become the most dangerous, highly lucrative partnership in sports history. And they did it by completely ignoring the establishment and going straight to the fans. The dust has settled. The servers are finally back online. And the WNBA front office is sitting in complete, terrifying silence. In just 1 hour, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham made $5.9 million, humiliated the haters, and proved that the fans hold the ultimate power. The old guard is finished.
Anyways, let's move on because let's look at what else shoes are selling out alongside Sophie. So they dropped all of these shoes together, right? So Satu Sabali got hers, and as you can see, all of these are doing pretty well. I can confident, like, look at it. You got size 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 selling out. And granted, I know they probably only made a huge, a limited amount of these shoes. But the fact remains is that, like, her shoes are doing pretty well. And I'm pretty sure it would have been way worse if Sophie Cunningham's shoes wasn't attached to this page. The amount of traffic that's flowing in through this page just because of Sophie Cunningham is insane, man. Shout out to Sophie. Let's continue though. Look. Over 33 people have bought this product, and 31 bought Satu's product in the last 24 hours. And I know that's not really too much, but listen, man, if this is what it looks like with your shoes on the same page as Sophie, would you have even sold one pair? Would you have even sold the pair? And I'm not talking about your family members and friends going up there and buying it. I'm talking about actual fans, especially in this economy. 33 people have bought this product. Look at this one. They got pink ones, and it's no surprise the secondary pink ones, and I don't think these are Sophie's either, but just because it's pink, there could be fans that be like, oh, these might be Sophie's as well. There's fans that probably think all of them are Sophie's, and they're just buying them anyways. So Sophie Cunningham's impact off of what she did off of Caitlin Clark's influence, you can see exactly why Indiana is a destination. Well, at least wherever Caitlin Clark is the destination. Like, look, 63 people have bought this product in the last 24 hours. I can guarantee you that majority of these people thought that they were buying Sophie Cunningham's pink shoes. I can almost guarantee you. Look at this one, man. This is just crazy to think about, man. But anyways, chat, we're gonna go look at Sophie Cunningham's TikTok. But listen, chat, the influence don't just stop there. Before that, June 17th incident where she grabbed JC Sheldon by the neck and threw her on the floor in defense of Caitlin Clark, Sophie didn't even have 1 million followers on TikTok. In fact, she didn't even come close to it. Now you look at Sophie Cunningham's TikTok in just her second year with the Indiana Fever, and she is at 3 million followers.
Spicy Sophie.
Spicy Sophie, man. Let's talk about it. This girl is a mark.
The narrative has completely shifted, and there is absolutely nothing the jealous veterans can do to stop this moving train. I need to know exactly what you guys think about this insane, historic moment. Are you completely shocked that Clark and Cunningham sold out $5.9 million in just 60 minutes? And how embarrassing is it for the haters whose shoes are sitting on shelves with zero sales? Drop your raw, completely unfiltered opinions in the comments section down below. If you love this video, you have to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel right now, and hit the notification bell because we are dropping massive WNBA truth bombs all season long. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.